In the 1700s, London was a vast metropolis of more than 500,000 people, both prosperous and chaotic. This was a period of dramatic transformation, from a medieval city devastated by the Great Fire of 1666. London gradually rose to become a global centre of power and commerce. Elegant squares emerged in the West End, alongside the grand works of architect Sir Christopher Wren. Thanks to modern AI technology, drawing on 18th century paintings and engravings, we can now recreate historic London with unprecedented accuracy, from its architecture and streets to its people and atmosphere, almost as if we were turning the clock back nearly 300 years. The heart of the empire, the Thames and central London. From an aerial perspective along the Thames, the area that would later become Tower Bridge reveals Georgian London at its peak of prosperity. It was the world's largest seaport and a global trading centre. Christopher Wren's magnificent St. Paul's Cathedral dominates the skyline, completed in 1710 after the Great Fire. Nearby is the Great Fire Memorial, a permanent reminder of the catastrophe that reshaped the city. The Thames teems with sailboats and rowboats, serving as London's traffic artery. The historic London Bridge, still lined with houses and shops, reflects the moment London transitioned from the Middle Ages to the capital of a rising superpower. Greenwich, the gateway to London and a centre for future science. From One Tree Hill in Greenwich Park, 18th century visitors could gaze out over the entire gateway to London. This location later became the centre for global longitude measurement, with the prime meridian established in 1884. Below stood Queen's House and Greenwich Hospital, a massive building for retired sailors. A symbol of British naval power, this view is considered one of England's most beautiful prospects, remaining virtually unchanged to this day. Text-to-speech platform by VB.VN. Leicester Square, the cradle of art and aristocracy. In the mid-18th century, Leicester Square was London's most fashionable residential area. Leicester House was once a royal residence. It was also a centre of art, home to big names like William Hogarth and Joshua Reynolds. The statue of King George I in the centre of the square symbolised royal power. However, the golden age of aristocracy here was coming to an end, giving way to entertainment culture. Audio content produced by VB.VN. Tower of London, Power and Fear. Viewed from the south bank of the River Thames, the Tower of London stands as a fortress of power for over 700 years. Built by William the Conqueror in 1078, the White Tower served as a palace, prison, armory, and repository for royal treasures. Traitor's Gate was the final entry point for many famous prisoners. The ships passing by the tower demonstrate that the river was both a trade route and a symbol of power control. Royal Exchange, where the world traded. The Royal Exchange was London's financial centre in the 18th century, where global merchants gathered daily. Bells signalled trading sessions. Shouts of buy and sell echoed in many languages. And luxurious shops surrounded the area. Here, the foundations of modern finance were laid, inspiring exchanges from New York to Hong Kong. St. James's Square, the pinnacle of aristocracy. This is London's most prestigious address, where dukes, counts, and prime ministers resided, under the direction of Charles Bridgeman. The square was renovated with a lake and exquisite decorative lighting. Later, the area gradually transformed into clubs, organizations, and businesses. Cheapside, the commercial heart. Cheapside is London's busiest market, where merchants sell everything from silk and jewelry to books and spices. Street, Mary Le Bow Church, with its distinctive bow bells, defines the Cockney identity for true Londoners. This street combines the power of modern-day Wall Street and Oxford Street, where the merchant class built their economic empires. Thousands of historical paintings and engravings allow us to recreate lost cities. With AI technology, the past is brought back to life. And the question is, which city would you like to see revived next? Vietnam's top text-to-speech solution from VB.VN.